Rising from humble beginnings to become a global icon, she used her incredible voice and platform to lift others. She faced personal tragedies and public scrutiny with courage, turning pain into strength and continuing to create music that speaks to millions. Beyond the stage, she became known for her generosity, donating to causes that support survivors of violence, mental health initiatives, and disaster relief efforts. Even when the world tried to define her by her struggles, she chose to be remembered for her compassion, her resilience, and her unwavering belief that love can heal.
Grande is one of the best-selling music artists ever, with over 90 million records sold worldwide. In 2020, she was the highest-paid female musician. She has won many awards, including 2 Grammy Awards, a Brit Award, 2 Billboard Music Awards, 3 American Music Awards, 40 Guinness World Records, and 13 MTV Video Music Awards. 6 of her albums have reached #1 on the Billboard 200 chart, and 9 of her songs have topped the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
Outside of music and acting, she supports many charities and speaks out for animal rights, mental health, and equality for women, different races, and the LGBTQ+ community. She also has successful business projects, including her makeup brand REM Beauty, launched in 2021, and a fragrance line that has earned over $1 billion in sales worldwide. She has a huge social media presence and is the 6th most followed person on Instagram.
Early life.
Ariana Grande was born on June 26, 1993, in Boca Raton, Florida. Her mother, Joan Grande, is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Hosemacan Communications, a family-owned company that makes marine communication equipment. Her father, Edward Batera, owned a graphic design firm in Boca Raton. Ariana is of Italian descent and has said she is an Italian-American with roots in Sicily and Abruzzo. She has an older half-brother, Frankie Grande, who works as an entertainer and producer. Her family moved from New York to Florida before she was born, and her parents separated when she was around 8 or 9 years old. Ariana was very close to her grandmother, Marjorie Grande. When she was 8, she sang the national anthem at a Florida Panthers hockey game in 2002.
As a child, Ariana performed with the Fort Lauderdale Children's Theater. Her first role was playing Annie in the musical Annie, and she also appeared in The Wizard of Oz and Beauty and the Beast. At the age of 8, she sang at a karaoke lounge on a cruise ship and performed with several local orchestras, including the South Florida Philharmonic, Florida Sunshine Pops, and symphonic orchestras. During her school years, she attended Pinecrest School and later North Broward Preparatory School.
During her teenage years, Ariana continued to act and sing in theater productions. She performed in shows like Annie, The Wizard of Oz, and Beauty and the Beast. These experiences taught her how to perform in front of audiences and gave her confidence to keep improving. She also started working with local orchestras and singing in public events, which helped her develop her voice and stage presence. These early experiences played a major role in shaping her future as a star.
When Ariana was a teenager, she started to enter the world of television. Her big breakthrough came when she landed a role on the Nickelodeon show Victorious. This was a major turning point in her life because it gave her the chance to perform in front of millions of viewers. She played the character of Cat Valentine, a sweet and bubbly girl, and her performance became very popular. For the role, she had to dye her hair red every other week, which eventually damaged her hair. The show started in March 2010 and became very popular, reaching 5.7 million viewers and becoming one of Nickelodeon's most-watched live-action series. This role helped her become a teen idol, but she always cared more about music. She once said that acting is fun, but music has always been her main passion.
Even though she was young, Ariana worked very hard to manage both her school and her career. She was known for being dedicated and focused, always trying to improve her skills. Her teenage years were not always easy, because she had to handle pressure and attention from the public. Still, she used these challenges as motivation to keep growing. Ariana's teenage life was a time of learning, growth, and strong determination, and it helped shape the successful artist she became later in life.
After the first season of Victorious ended, Grande decided to focus more on her music. In August 2010, she began working on her first album. The second season of the show started in April 2011 and became its most watched episode, with 6.2 million viewers. In May 2011, she appeared in Grayson Chance's music video for Unfriend You, playing his ex-girlfriend. In August 2011, she made her first singing appearance on the song Give It Up from the Victorious soundtrack.
While filming the show, Grande uploaded videos of herself singing covers of songs by Adele, Whitney Houston, and Mariah Carey on YouTube. One of these videos was seen by a friend of Monty Littman, the CEO of Republic Records. He was impressed and shared the videos with Littman, who then signed her to a music contract. In November 2011, Grande also voiced the main character in the English version of the animated movie Snowflake, The White Gorilla. From 2011 to 2013, she voiced the character Princess Diaspro in the Nickelodeon revival of Winx Club. In December 2011, Grande released her first single, Put Your Hearts Up. It was meant for a teen pop album that was never released. She later said she didn't like the song's bubblegum pop style and didn't want to make music like that. Despite this, the song was certified gold by the RIA. In June 2012, she sang on the Victorious 2.0 soundtrack for the song Five Fingers to the Face. Later that year, the third soundtrack, Victorious 3.0, included a duet with Victoria Justice called LA Boys, and a music video was released. In December 2012, she also worked with British singer Mika on the song Popular Song.
After 4 seasons, Victorious was not renewed, and the final episode aired in February 2013. Grande then played Snow White in a musical production called A Snow White Christmas. She also acted in the Nickelodeon movie Swindle as Amanda Benson. Around the same time, Nickelodeon created the spin-off show Sam and Cat, which brought together her character Cat Valentine and Jeanette McCurdy's character Sam Puckett. The show followed them as roommates who start a babysitting business after school.
Grande released her first album, Yours Truly, on August 30, 2013. It was a pop and R&B album inspired by 1950s doo-wop. The album was a big success, debuting at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart with 138,000 copies sold in its first week. It also reached the top 10 in countries like Australia, the UK, Ireland, and the Netherlands. The lead single, The Way, featuring Mac Miller, reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100. She also released singles like Baby I and Right There, featuring Big Sean. Grande recorded a duet called Almost Is Never Enough with Nathan Sykes. She joined Justin Bieber on tour for 3 shows and started her own mini-tour called The Listening Sessions.
At the 2013 American Music Awards, she won New Artist of the Year and released a Christmas EP called Christmas Kisses. She also received the Breakthrough Artist of the Year award and began recording her second album in early 2014. In March 2014, she performed at a White House concert and returned the next month for the Easter egg roll event.
Her second album, My Everything, was released on August 25, 2014, and also debuted at number 1, selling 169,000 copies in its first week. The album explored EDM and dance pop styles. The lead single, Problem, featuring Iggy Azalea, reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became her first number 1 in the UK and New Zealand. It sold 438,000 digital copies in its first week, making it the highest-selling single of 2014. The album also included hits like Break Free, featuring Zedd, and Bang Bang, with Jessie J and Nicki Minaj. Bang Bang later became the first all-female collaboration to be certified diamond in the US. With these hits, Grande became the second female artist after Adele to have 3 top 10 singles at the same time on the Billboard Hot 100.
In September 2014, Grande performed on Saturday Night Live. She released more hits like Love Me Harder, featuring The Weeknd, and appeared in Major Laser's song All My Love. She also released the Christmas song Santa Tell Me, which became a modern holiday classic and reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in January 2025. She later appeared on Nicki Minaj's album The Pink Print and released One Last Time as the final single from My Everything. In February 2015, Grande began her first world tour, the Honeymoon Tour, performing in North America, Europe, Asia, and South America. She was featured on Kashmir Kat's song Adore and signed a publishing deal with Universal Music Publishing Group. She appeared in the TV series Scream Queens and recorded a duet with Andrea Bocelli called E più ti penso. She also covered Zero to Hero for the album We Love Disney and released her second Christmas EP, Christmas and Chill, in December 2015.
Grande began recording her third album, Dangerous Woman, in 2015, originally titled Moonlight. In October 2015, she released the single Focus, which debuted at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100. She also appeared on other songs, including Boys Like You with Who Is Fancy and Meghan Trainor, and a remix of Over and Over Again by Nathan Sykes. In March 2016, she released the title track, Dangerous Woman, as the lead single, which debuted at number 10 on the Hot 100. She hosted and performed on Saturday Night Live that month, where she introduced the promotional single, Be Alright. The album Dangerous Woman was released on May 20th, 2016, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and reaching number 1 in several countries. The single Side to Side featuring Nicki Minaj became a top 10 hit, and the album received Grammy nominations.
In December 2016, Grande played Penny Pingleton in Hairspray Live and recorded the title song for the live-action film Beauty and the Beast with John Legend. In early 2017, she began the Dangerous Woman tour. On May 22, 2017, a suicide bombing happened after her concert in Manchester, killing 22 people. Grande paused her tour and organized the benefit concert One Love Manchester, which raised $23 million for victims and families. She was later named an honorary citizen of Manchester. Her tour resumed in June and ended in September. Grande then worked on her fourth album, Sweetener, with Pharrell Williams. The lead single, No Tears Left to Cry, was released in April 2018 and debuted at number 3 on the Hot 100. Sweetener was released in August 2018 and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. The album included hits like God is a Woman, and she performed at special events such as the Sweetener Sessions, A Very Wicked Halloween, and a BBC special.
In January 2020, Grande received several nominations at the iHeartRadio Music Awards, including Female Artist of the Year. At the 62nd Grammy Awards, she performed a special medley of songs including Imagine, My Favorite Things, Seven Rings, and Thank You, Next. Her performance was praised by many critics. She received 5 Grammy nominations, including her first nominations for Album of the Year and Record of the Year, but many felt she was unfairly overlooked. On May 8, 2020, Grande released Stuck With You with Justin Bieber, donating the proceeds to the First Responders Children's Foundation to support families affected by COVID-19. The song debuted at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming her third number 1 hit. Later, she joined Lady Gaga on Rain on Me, which also debuted at number 1 and won a Grammy for Best Pop Duo/Group Performance.
In 2020, Grande became the highest-earning woman in music according to Forbes, earning $72 million. At the MTV Video Music Awards, she won 4 awards, including Song of the Year for Rain on Me. Grande released her 6th album, Positions, on October 30, 2020. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, making it her 5th number 1 album. The title track also debuted at number 1, making her the first artist to have 5 songs debut at number 1. The album included hits like 34 plus 35, which reached number 2 after a remix featuring Doja Cat and Megan Thee Stallion.
In 2021, Grande continued to break records. She appeared on The Weeknd's Save Your Tears remix, which reached number 1 and became one of the longest charting songs in history. She also joined The Voice as a coach, becoming the highest-paid coach in the show's history. Later, she acted in the movie Don't Look Up and released the song, Just Look Up, with Kid Cudi. In February 2023, Grande released a remix of The Weeknd's Die For You, which became a number 1 hit and made her the artist with the most number 1 duets in Billboard history. In August 2023, she released a 10th anniversary edition of her debut album Yours Truly, And in December, she surprised fans by performing Oh Santa with Jennifer Hudson.